What is up, Uncommon? It's your boy T, and it's Thursday at 2. Today we're talking about, it's kind of like a Sesame Street thing going on here, mentorship. You know what I'm saying? Mentorship. I hope everybody's doing good today. It is Thursday the 13th. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So I hope you're making plans to treat your spouse or significant other the way that she deserves to be treated. And don't be caught by surprise. So when they say, don't get me anything, it's a trap. Don't do it. Plan ahead. So welcome to this week's session. We're talking about mentorship. Let's take care of a few announcements in the beginning here. In case you're new to the sessions, we meet once a week, Thursday at 2 p.m., and you can watch this at any time at your leisure, and focus on husbands, dads, and leaders. Kind of rotate through one of those topics each week. And then the fourth one, we do a miscellaneous. That's always different, whether it be questions and answers or did you knows or just whatever topic that strikes my fancy. So this week we're on leaders and we're talking about mentorship. And so also wanted to mention that for our members, we have some good stuff coming up March 1st. I'll probably announce what that is probably next week or the week after, but you're going to want to get your membership up and running before then. We have two big things coming out on March 1st. Don't be late to the party. Also, membership is a great way for you to help support Uncommon. It's $25 a year for a membership, and I'm going to put the link here in the comment section in case you want to find out more about it. It is the only way we're able to raise money is things like a membership program, and for $25 a year, it's much less than a cup of coffee per month. So take that, Starbucks. Anyway, we also have a great tool for you guys, a prayer request. We get a couple of those a week now, and so it's fantastic to be able to pour into some guy's life, whether it be we can just help with support, prayer, encouragement, or some solutions that may help where they are. I'm going to put that link in the comments as well. And then we have an announcement this week. This week's broadcast is, I got a sponsor, y'all. We are big time now. Armored Coffee is a proud sponsor of Uncommon. They reached out to us last week. They've been following us for a long time, doing a lot of our Bible studies, and just wanted to help raise money for Uncommon. I know, sounds crazy. We never get calls like that. So they are creating a custom blend coffee for Uncommon, and you can purchase that on their website. I'm going to put a link to it, and half of the sale goes to Uncommon. What a great gesture by Armored Coffee. If you go to our website, you can see they're in the homepage and on our partner page. And so it's just been a blessing to speak to that team there, because we don't get those kind of comments or calls very often. They're never taken for granted when we do. And so we want to give back some traction and some love to Armored Coffee. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all you do for us. So that's enough housekeeping. Let's jump into today's session. We have each week we always reach out to a group of guys with a question. And so the uncommon question of the week. And by the way, if you want to be on this list that I reach out to each week with a question, email me at tj@uncommon.org, and I will send you those questions every week as well. Usually they go out on Tuesdays. So the question of the week was, do you currently have a mentor? And are you currently mentoring someone else? Yes or no? And so most of the guys wrote back, yes, they have a mentor. Yes, they're mentoring somebody else. Only 2 did not have a mentor, and only 1 were not mentoring someone else. That's really good. Now, the guys I reach out to, I mean, obviously they're rock stars. You know, they really are in tune to their walk, their families, all this stuff. And so I think that when I ask them questions, it's probably a little slanted because these guys are so rock star status. But it is great to see guys active and being mentors and getting a mentor. So what is a mentor? It's this guy who helps pour into your life, maybe listening to you, what you're going through, offering some advice, maybe sharing some of the experiences that they've gone through, a sounding board for ideas, prayer partner. And so, I have a couple of guys in my life, gentlemen that are older than me that I listen to because they've gone through things that I've not gone through yet. And then I have a couple of people that are younger than me that contact me on a frequent basis when I have coffee and, pardon me, talk about what they're going through and ask about my life in general. So it is good to have someone in front of you and someone behind you that you're mentoring. Barnabas was to Paul as Paul was to Timothy. Everybody needs a Barnabas and everybody needs a Timothy. So it's important to reach out and learn from people who know more than you and help people that you may have experienced more than they have. So I put together 5 traits of a mentor and 5 traits or great ways to be a mentee, which is an odd word. Sounds like a after dinner mint. Anyway, 5 traits of being a mentor. Be approachable. A mentor understands divine appointments set by God and is open to them. And if you are not open to speaking with someone, sharing your experiences, or just listening, sometimes, the guys just want you to listen to what they're going through, not so much problem solve. Sound familiar? And so the first one is approachable. The next one is does not judge. So a mentor understands that they're not above others. This is not meant to be like, man, I am so awesome. I need to mentor someone. I need to tell someone about how awesome I am. That's not what a mentor is. They listen, they teach, and they share from a place of humility and wisdom. Number 3, they're grounded. A mentor knows who they are in Christ and who they are without him. They share their life through the lenses of Christ and not themselves. Obviously, these guys could get egos from being sought after to, ask questions about their lives, but it's important to stay grounded. And when you're looking for a mentor, look for those traits. A person who is not boastful. He is humble and wants to help people. And so it's important to remain that way if you become someone's mentor. Be honest. A mentor will share their struggles and victories so that you can identify that they too understand what you're going through. This person is not to be sought after because they have everything in order, right? They're sought after because, one, they're godly, they're humble, they have wisdom that you may not possess, and you're looking for them to share that with you. And so you want to see their struggles and their victories so that you can understand that you're not called to be perfect, you're called to be Christ-like. And so that's a struggle every person is going to have. Will never be completely as Christ here on earth. Number 5, redirects. A mentor redirects any praise to God and redirects challenges and encouragement to the person he's mentoring as needed. I see guys, man, they get, compliments and they just, boy, they get real puffed up and it goes to their head and they're like, man, you're right. I am super awesome. But a godly mentor is going to redirect that to praise back to God. Any victory, any great thing in his life should be redirected back to God. And then also knows enough so that he can challenge you or encourage you when needed. And that's important. You don't want a yes man. You don't want a person that you get together with coffee and you tell them what you're going through and they're like, whew, you're right, man. Whew, life's hard. Sucks to be you. That's not good feedback. You want someone that may give you honest feedback of, well, have you thought about doing this instead of doing that? Or I know you can do this. I'll be praying for you. And I want to touch base again next week about this and see how the results were of you doing that. It's good to have some accountability. That's 5 traits of being a mentor. Now, 5 great ways to be a great mentee. So there's another side of this, a person who's looking for a mentor. Pardon me. One is be respectful of each other's time. It's important to understand that your mentor is sacrificing his time, or if you're a woman, her time, to invest in your life. Set some days and times which you can speak or meet in person and be mindful of that and be ready for your meetings. So you don't want to go there and say, whew, man, I'm sorry, I didn't even prepare for the meeting. What are we talking about this week? Remember, they're there to help you. So if you want to talk about something, be prepared, have your thoughts in order. This is not something that's always a venting session. This is, I'm working on trying to get better at understanding my wife, or communication, or getting back in God's word. Have an agenda for your meetings. Your mentor will appreciate that. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you meet, you spend an hour, and you don't get anything out of it because you're not organized or ready to speak about something. It's a two-way street. Both you and your mentor play a role in managing and growing your relationship. Be open to share and listen. If you go there and you are kind of like passing out shrugs and one-word answers when your mentor is trying to ask you questions or engage you, that's not going to work. Or if your mentor gives you one-word answers, or it's like, I don't know, man, you may need to find another mentor. Not that this is a genie in a lamp where you rub the lamp and out comes all these solutions, but it's a two-way street, which leads to number 3, communicate. Be prepared to give updates on how things are going in the areas that you're working on. So if you're working on, I don't know, say communication or addiction, whatever it is, when you come back next week, don't move on to another topic. Give an update on where you are with that, and don't move on until you've made some significant progress. It does nobody any good for you to just kind of meet weekly and list, well, this week I'm having problems with this. Next week, stay tuned. I'll probably have a problem then too. Communicate and give updates. Number 4, be open. To be open to getting encouragement and challenges, right? This is the other side of our number 5 for mentor. Be open to getting that encouragement or challenge. You may go there and, man, today's culture, everybody just wants a big old pat on the back. Everybody's doing super awesome. We're all super great just as we are. No need to change here, just moving right along. Be open to encouragement and be open to challenges. Your mentor should be helping you through, okay, well, if you're struggling with communicating with your wife, what are you doing about it? Maybe you should take and read Gary Chapman's book on the 5 love languages. Why don't you read it this week with your wife, and then next week come back and we'll talk about it. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so that's the kind of back and forth you'll want to do with your mentor. You're like, okay, that's a great suggestion. Let me pray about that, talk to my wife about that, and we should start that next week. When you come back, give an update on that, whether it be you finished the book or you just started it, or at least started the conversation to start that process. Number 5, set realistic expectations. Boy, people go into these things, whether it be a mentorship or being mentored, marriage, employment, whatever, and they have sky high expectations, so unrealistic that no one can meet them. Your mentor is there to help you by listening and speaking about his own life, making suggestions based on his experiences, and most importantly, directing you to be more like Christ, just as himself is trying to do. So that is just a top 5, real quick, top 5 for being a mentor or looking for a mentor, and then also being mentored. It's important. It's not just something you enter in lightly, but it's something that we all need. Now, granted, you may not have a mentor or be mentoring someone all the time. You may have seasons where, well, I had a mentor for 10 years, and then I moved, he moved, whatever, life got busy, whatever. Reevaluate if you are in need of a mentor. Remember, Barnabas was to Paul as Paul was to Timothy. It's important to have those guys in your foxhole to help you get through life on an everyday basis. It's really good to hear feedback from guys about experiences that they've had, or share yours with others. So we have some devotions related to this. I'm going to put these in here like we do every week now. So we have 5 devotions that I cherry picked from our YouVersion list. The first one is called Redefine Leadership. Our second one is called Role Models. Our third is called Fishers of Men. Now, all of these have been written by either the Uncommon team or a volunteer writer. So these have been on YouVersion for a while. Some are brand new, but some have been there for a little while. So if you have not taken these yet, please pick one that you like. It might ring true with you. The next one here is called More Than Conquerors. The last one on our YouVersion list here is called Reclaiming Your Identity as a Man. So if you get a chance, all those right there are probably a 5-day type of plan. Easy to go through. It relates to the topic we're having this week. And then if you're looking for something that is more of a single article, I cherry picked 5 articles from our website for you as well. One is our charter program. And I chose this here not as trying to get you to buy a charter, but our program there is about having a guy step up in his community who wants to grow in his walk, affect his family, and impact his community, right? And so it's a small group. Guys join him sometimes weekly, every other week basis, and they get together and they study God's word, and has challenges, has questions, and it's a great way to form bonds. And many times these groups are 2, 3, 5, 6 people. Sometimes they're 30 or 40, depending on what group you're in. But the charter program is a great way if you're looking to take that step of, okay, I want to join a group of men that I can maybe meet a mentor to help me in life, or be one to someone else. This next article is called Uncommon Goals. I think we wrote that last January. Another one here is called Men's Competition. Another one is called Brothers in Envy. And then the last one here is, I think, a spinoff of our YouVersion devotion called Role Models. So there you have it. You have 5 traits of a mentor, 5 traits of being mentored. You have 5 devotions on YouVersion to choose from, as well as 5 articles on our website. So there's your toolbox. There is all the information you could need to start having a conversation with someone or praying about God leading you to someone or someone to you about mentorship. And so I hope that this rang true with someone this week. I know every time we get a prayer request, we ask a few questions, and one of them is also, do you have a mentor? Because many guys, man, they're like lone wolf on an island. They don't have someone in their lives that, like their dads or uncles or brothers, may not be believers. And so they don't have an example to mimic or someone to talk to about mentorship. Here's some good, solid content around mentorship. And then if you're looking to take the next step, there is some information on there, like our charter program, or you could post something on our social media about looking for a mentor, especially if you're in the members group. The members group are guys who are already wanting to take that next step. And so our membership piece is engineered for guys who are looking for a bit more than the general content that goes out. And so posting in there about mentoring, even virtually. You may never meet in person, but you have weekly phone calls. Unknowingly, these guys that I reach out to on a Tuesday with questions are doing a little mentoring to me. Don't tell them. It's a surprise. Anyway, I hope this has resonated with somebody this week. And so if you've been blessed by anything that Uncommon has done in some way, taking the lead like Armored Coffee, and want to do something to maybe help with an ongoing fundraiser, if you own a business that could contribute, I don't know, $5, $10 a month toward Uncommon, let us know. We're trying to encourage people who are interested in giving monthly to reach out to us this year. We're trying to double and triple that number. We have guys who give $5 a month. We have guys who give $250 a month. We are thankful for them all. So please be in prayer for that. You can sign up for our newsletter on our website at uncommon.org. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure to like, comment, and share when you're on that. And so I hope you guys are doing well this week. I look forward to meeting you next week here. Let us know in the comments below if you've taken any of these devotions, or if you've taken any of these articles. Let us know in the comments. That encourages us that we're giving you good content and it's resonating with someone. So since you're going to be something, you might as well be uncommon. Have a great day, guys.